Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, yesterday I uploaded this reel where I talked about the esoteric remedy connected with the 8th house. Over where I talked about that if you have any of the affliction in the life being caused by the activated 8th house, so donating at the funeral homes could be one such remedy, because even if you will pick up the Lal Kitab, over there lot of emphasis has been given to the like burying something in the cremation ground or any donation and the involvement of the funeral homes of the cremation ground. So many people put many comments, they ask many questions, so I just thought like we are following a pattern. We already have had our discussion on the 5th lord's placement, 7th lord's placement, so we can also look at the 8th lord's placement as well. And friends, the backstory, the idea for all of my videos always comes from the nature. So at the time when I'm recording this video, transiting moon is conjunct with Ketu. So when moon and Ketu are conjunct and the theme which it generates, nothing could be better than that the 8th house discussion. So now comes the question that which all are the elements we will be focusing on. So friends, let me make this thing very clear with you before you will embark on this discussion with me that I'm not a saint, I'm not a motivational speaker, so do not expect me to say good things. I'm very much sure that a lot of the things which I will say over here, a lot of them might be applicable in your case and a lot of them might not be getting applicable in your case, but there is so much intensity and extremism which is connected with this house that being a creator, being an educator, I need to bring it out, which I will try to do. So to begin with, it's not an exaggeration to say this thing that this is a house where the life and the nature or the universe in itself makes a deal with you. Like if you read any of the Hindu, Vedic, Sanatan Dharma literature, even the Puranas, you will find over there that like, okay, one of the reference story, for example, a Brahmin, like someone from the priest class and his wife, they were not able to have a child. So they did a very strong penance and bhakti, tapasya connected to the Lord Shiva, devoted to Lord Shiva. Now Lord Shiva got happy. He is like very easy to please, Bholenath. So Lord Shiva like came in front of them and asked, okay, I am happy. What is your wish? I will grant it today. I am in a good mood. So they say that we do not have any child and we want to be blessed with a child. To which Lord Shiva said that it is not in your prarabdha or in your bhagya to have the happiness on the account of a child. So ask me any other thing, make any other request. So the priest was adamant, his wife was also adamant. They say, no, you have to fulfill our this wish, otherwise we both will commit suicide. To which then Lord Shiva, because we know that Bhavi Meti Sakihi Tripurari, it's the Lord Shiva which can even alter your destiny as well. But just because it's the 8th house, even nature and the divinity makes a deal with you. To which Lord Shiva says that, okay, I give you two options. Either you will have a son or a child who will have a long life, like he will live a complete 70, 80, 90 or whatever was common norm in that yuga, in that era. So he will have a regular life, full life, but he will be mediocre. Or you will have a child who will not live long, but he will be very prodigious. So that is what I'm trying to tell you over here, that like you would have seen in all those cases where people who like they have any disability or something happens because of which disability happens, but immediate after that some other extrasensory perception, awareness or the psychic faculties get activated in the case of these people. We all have like heard about those predictions by Nostradamus, by Baba Yaga, I guess that's what the name is. So all that can only happen because of the 8th house. This is what the power intensity of the 8th house is. But friends, the only problem over here is that 8th house is so extreme that whatever good happens, it is always blended with some sort of difficulty as well. I have heard this story by one of the saint in one of the preaching, that you would have seen that even when the gardeners, like when a big flower competition happens amongst the the landscape people and the gardeners and all, so what the gardener do, just for him or to make a plant produce a biggest rose, a big flower, he cuts all other branches of the plant so that the plant will put its whole force in order to just make one flower bloom to its full potential and capacity. So this is what even nature does with you as well, that it might take away, or there has to be a death of one aspect of the life for other aspect to bloom to its full potential. So let's say, for example, if suddenly 8th house got activated, or there is someone around you who's being blessed with the fortune, like suddenly he became a millionaire because the 8th house got activated, so be mindful that something bad might be also coming in the way only. See, even if we will take up the case of Osho, I am a big follower of Osho, all the wisdom and quotes of Osho. So we know this thing, that till the time he was alive, there was like a lot of the controversies which surrounded him. Even like the very most famous book of his, which when it was released, like Sambhog se Samadhi tak, when it was the epicenter of all the controversy, and even at the time, like he went to US, in that province he had those hundreds Rolls Royce, but then he was entangled into that controversy. I guess there was this Netflix documentary which also has been made on his life, and even during his last few years, it was very difficult for him to settle down in one part of the country, and lot many countries even closed the doors to him. So this is what the power and intensity of the 8th house is. And again friends, when we talk about the misfortune or the problem which comes from the 8th house, so it's not an exaggeration to say this thing, that the stigma generally comes from the 8th house. See, I have seen lot many charts, because being an astrologer, people only come to me when they are going through some problem, right? So 10th lord in the 12th house, like let's take up the case of Scorpio rising, 10th lord sun being debilitated in the 12th house. So this person has been entangled into some allegations by a female, but the thing is, because 12th house is hidden, so he is going through that kind of lawsuit, litigation, that problem, but the world does not know about it. But the problem with the 8th house is that the stigma which comes from the 8th house, it becomes very difficult to live with it, to live a normal life. So whatever good or bad comes from the 8th house, it is very intense in nature. This is what I'm trying to say. So yes friends, on this note we will start our discussion. See, 8th house, see, we say that the life force reside over here, so your regenerative power resides over here. So it's not an, like, I will not be surprised if I come across this news that a man who is like 65 or 70-year-old, he defied all the medical standards and he became a father. So that's what the power with the 8th house is, that the regenerative power and the transformative power, the life-giving power is very strong with the 8th house, and all the magic and the miracle which happens in the world, and people who perform that, it can only happen because of the 8th house. See, when we talk about the saints and the holy people, they are more in the control and command of the 9th house and the 12th house. So they are making the prayers, and through their blessing, the cosmos and the universe is making it happen. But with 8th house, you are a part of it. You are a part of that ritual. So I use in my videos those terms lot many times, the secret functioning of the universe, that generally comes from the 8th house. So this is what the power, mystery, magic, spirit, secrets which are connected with the 8th house. And now we will try to understand that if 8th house is placed, your 8th lord is placed in different houses, how it will influence your life. I have already set the ground rules very clear, that I will be saying some things which might be very extreme, and it might not get applicable in your case completely truly, but still I'm just giving you a guideline. So I do not know your chart, so I'm just giving you a guideline. So take it with without any biasness. That's what I'm trying to say. So whatever I will be sharing over here, it's a blend of what is written in the classics. Okay friends, if you will go by the classics, even the language which is written while explaining the results of the 8th house and the 8th lord's placement, it's very kathor, it's very rigid. So I'm still mellowing it down and I'm going to be using a very soft tone to it while explaining it. So let's start our discussion. Now let's say, for example, if we will find that the 8th lord is placed in the first house of your chart. So friends, the way it has been written in the classic books and all, that this person might have a head injury, some injury mark on the head. He might be born with that injury mark on the head. Second thing is that there is a debate over here, because some of the books say that if 8th lord is placed in the first house, the native gets the samman, he gets the honor from the government. And in some books it has been written that if the 8th lord is placed in the first house, rajdand, the punishment from the ruling class, from the government happens. But one thing is for sure, that see, all the researchful qualities of the 8th house, all the mystery and the secretive qualities of the 8th house will somehow surround the life of this person. A lot of the times people also say this thing, that even when the birth of the native will take place, there will be some mysterious circumstances which will surround. Like there will be some mysterious circumstances around the time of the birth of the native as well. And yes, native is going to be having a very researchful mind. He is going to be in a field where there is going to be a lot of the controversy, scandal, research, investigation might be a part of it. And we generally say that the first half of the life is going to be filled with some sort of struggle, unpleasing incidents in the life. Along with that, friends, I generally recommend, if your 8th lord is placed in the first house, always monitor your acts. Because if your acts are very despicable, they are very questionable, so this is a kind of a typical problem that it can actually land you into some sort of big difficulty, dispute, and the way I gave this reference about some sort of big stigma as well. So surrender to the higher powers, clean your acts will become very important if your 8th lord is going to be placed in the first house. And we generally say that native is going to be strongly in the influence of the in-laws, and the fortune fluctuates a lot in the case of the native. Now, if your 8th lord is going to be placed in the second house of your chart. So friends, the good part about this alignment is that whenever a planet looks back at its own house, it safeguards its interest. But the concern is that because the 8th lord has gone to the second house, it will still create some uncertainty, some sort of dispute and problems which will be felt in the domain of the second house. See, many times people say that with this kind of placement, native can have, like, he can have his income in the insurance field, in the occult business, in research, in mystery. Many people who are like, I see that in people who do a lot of the mining, and not from like being a part of some big organization or some corporation. It's like people who are also the freelance bounty hunter, treasure hunter, and they do the mining and all. This could be responsible for that as well. There will be some big financial gains and losses which will happen in the life of the native. Again, you have to clean up your acts. If your income is very secretive, is very questionable, then some sort of like, where even if you are going to be rich and wealthy, you will still not be able to get that respect in the society. Like the way you would have heard, like many times people say that, okay, this person is very rich and wealthy, but do you know from which source this person makes his money? So the acceptance in the elites in the community will be a problem for the native, because his source of income will always raise suspicion in the society. And the first half of the life, is filled with some sort of traumatic experiences, like where when you are growing up, either there's like too much of the fights which happens in the family, or even in your family, a lot of the dispute and the problems you have seen that growing up. It also indicates about that. Now let's say for example, if your eighth lord is placed in the third house. So see friends, now we have to understand the difference. When we talk about being courageous, being fearless, that generally comes from the third house. But there is another word for that. We say that this person is very audacious. So like let me give you example. So a cop could be brave. A athlete, someone who is like a soldier, military, is still very like strong-willed, determined. But how will you and what will you say for a goon, like someone who's like a mafia and all? So even he is courageous, but in a wrong way. So that is what I'm trying to say. And just because third house also tells about your younger sibling, so this could be a case that you might have a younger sibling who is in a bad company, who is being misled, or who is like a goon or very much into muscle kind of field and all. So that also tells about it. See, now again friends, let's say for example, if you are a Virgo Lagna, and your eighth lord becomes the planet Mars, and if it is placed in the third house, now it is becoming very strong, but again it's not a very good news for you. So this also tells about that there will be those constraints where your impulse, your aggression will act against you, and some sort of heavy karma, heavy losses, heavy betrayal also you would have to face through the friends as well. So you have to be very careful over here. But again friends, like the way we say that people, there are like many journalists who become a crime reporter, who cover the crime stories. This can also indicate about that. So something connected with investigative field can also be seen with this kind of combination. This is a combination which actually gives you a lot of courage, and you have this capacity and potential to create something which will reverberate for a very long span of time. Something which is going to be very very path breaking, very groundbreaking kind of work which you can do and you can create. There's a high possibility of that. Now if your eighth lord is going to be placed in the fourth house. So see, I someone was telling me like, you know, this guy, I do not know in his case, a lot of his cars have been stolen, like a car theft happened. So generally when the eighth lord is there in the fourth house, generally we say that the burglary, the theft in the house, or these things generally happens a lot. Native, in the case of the native, the mother's health might be a concern. And with this kind of combination friends, we generally say that it's not a very good combination for a harmonious domestic life. See, a lot is dependent on that which planet is going to be placed over here. So a lot is dependent on that, the innate nature of the planet. Then only this can be said with confidence. But yes, one thing is for sure, that when we talk about some sort of unpredictable, transformative events in the family life, in the domestic life, like a lot of the times you come across people who have lived like a nomad life. They have, like, you know, shifted from one place to another place, and they were not being able to be based at one place for a long span of time. So this could indicate about that as well, even if we will get into politics and all. So you might have a very controversial kind of political career. And again friends, like whenever we are doing a matchmaking, and if I have to see the chart from the perspective of, is this person made for marriage, is this person very domestic or not, so I would always give attention to what is happening to the moon, to the seventh house, to the fourth house, to the second house, because these are the houses which makes a person very domestic, very family oriented. And if your eighth lord, being a malefic planet and a malefic influence, is being placed in the fourth house, so the fixed asset, the things which you have accumulated, amassed as your asset, a lot of the times that happens that there is a lot of the enmity, jealousy and evil eye on that of other people. So like people around you whom you even call it as your well-wisher might not be very happy with your success or the things which you have amassed in the life. So the home vastu and all, doing that becomes very important. Now friends, let's say for example, if your age eighth lord is placed in the fifth house. See, this is a good combination when we talk about for interest in sadhana, mantra practice, chanting, ritual, people who take a lot of the interest in the rituals. So it actually can make you very ritualistic. See, the way it has been written that one of the progeny or the child of the native might go astray, might get misled in the life or be in the wrong company and all. There is a slight possibility of that. Native will have lot of the interest in the research. Like this can also make you like a very good astrologer as well. It can also give you the predictive powers as well. Lot of the fluctuation happens in the stock market. Let's say for example, if with this kind of placement you take interest in stock market trading and all, so native and native's fortune goes through a lot of the fluctuation over there. And yes friends, if native will keep his acts very straight, very clean, will take interest in like spirituality, sadhana, mantra, chanting, so this is a good combination for that. Now friends, if you will find that the eighth lord is placed in the sixth house. So this is kind of a Vipreet Rajyog kind of situation. So this also tells about that in native's line of work, you will see a lot of the unpredictable situation, fluctuation, job change, or hidden enemies which native has to deal with. But the thing is that because it's a combination and exchange, it's not an exchange, but like the one of the Dushtana house lord has gone to another Dushtana bhav. So it's just like that, it will also make you like it will give you that discriminatory intelligence to win over enemies or make use of any means to win over any competition or conquer over your enemies. So regarding that, this can be seen as a good combination. Native might have like some difficulties with the maternal uncles, and if you keep the, we generally say that as a part of the remedy, if you have like pets in the home, so generally if any misfortune or problem is supposed to come to you, it generally your animal first takes it onto it. Like especially in case of the dog, it has been generally seen like dog is so loyal, so faithful, and in some cases the bad dasha, the impact and suffering of the bad dasha, generally the dog takes on it. So if the house owner was supposed to fall sick or have some very bad experience in that activated dasha, and if he has a pet, generally pet takes it onto it. So that is the only reason dog is always seen as the best companion of the man. So having a pet generally helps. That's all what I'm trying to say. Now friends, if your eighth lord is placed in the seventh house, so like the way it has been written in the classics is that the health of the spouse might be a concern. This also tells about like some sort of unconventional marriage as well. And generally we say that the partner might have very eccentric taste, especially friends, like because somehow seventh house, eighth house has got a lot to do with the desires, with the physical intimacy and all. So generally if there is an influence of other malefic planets as well, and moon is in the influence of Rahu, or the nakshatra of the Rahu. So this can actually give very like we say that unnatural kind of desires and wishes, the way it has been written in the classics. Again, I made this thing very clear in the beginning of this video. A lot of the things might not be getting applicable in your case, but you have to look at it with open mind. Generally we say that with this kind of combination, native spouse is going to be in the influence of her family or his family. I mean to say, like, especially in the Indian household, where there is still a joint family culture. A lot of the time when men, they book their reading with me and they say that my wife never listens to me, whatever happens, or she is being controlled by my mother-in-law. Like, my wife is very much in control, in influence of her own family, rather than completely being accepted in my family and all. So that also tells about it. And yes, marriage goes through a lot of the fluctuation. The way it has been written in the books, that with this combination there is going to be wide gap in the lifespan of the person and the partner. This could be case that like one of the person dies early and another person dies after like 10, 15, 20 years. So again, it's not like that. One person might die at 75, other person might die at 95. So I'm just telling you the way it has been explained over there. And yes, a lot of the fluctuation happens in the matrimonial life, sudden fluctuation. And if in the 7th house, you will see the influence of the Ketu or 7th lord has also gone to the 12th house, then it will also make the partner very secretive. And when the secrets will be revealed, it will be revealed like a shock. So sudden shocking element will be there in the marriage. So this is what the 8th lord's placement in the 7th house tells about. Now, if the 8th lord is placed in the 8th house in itself. So friends, now over here, see now what is going to be happening, that first of all, it's a very good combination for a long life. It's a very good combination for interest in the occult, on the secretive things. Like the way, for example, the psychic awareness and faculty of the native is going to be very strong. And let's say, for example, if a planet like Mars is very strong over here, so this could be case that the sexual desire of the person and the sexual prowess, the functionality of the person is going to be very strong. And the way it has been written in the books, like this person being if it is a male, so he can even like make a child even at the age of 60, 70. The regenerative power of the native is going to be very, very strong. This is the way it has been written. And yes guys, life will go through a lot of the transformation, but just because the 8th lord is placed over here, you have a command, you have a control over there. So the unpredictability does not come. The fortune does not shift just to dismantle you or make more problems for you. It happens to give more strength, more power to you. This also gives you a psychological edge and control over others as well. So yes friends, 8th lord being in this kind of combination, and let's say for example, if native will take interest in occult, in healing, in sadhana, so like not only you will be good for yourself, but you will contribute a lot to the humanity as well, and your name will be remembered. Now if the 8th lord goes in the 9th house. So friends, 8th lord's placement in the 9th house generally tells about a native might study something connected with the research, PhD, human evolution. Native might have a lot of interest in that. The fortune will fluctuate a lot in the case of the native. It will also give very heavy karmic relationship with the father as well, with the gurus as well. In some of the cases, if the 8th lord being in the 9th house is afflicted, and individually 9th lord is afflicted, I have seen that lot many times. People like some of the westerners who come to India in terms of with a pure intent of finding a guru, and they get cheated, they get betrayed, they get robbed. So again, it's the karma with which you have to deal with it. You have to burn it, right? And that happens when you were in the search of a guru. So I always say, whatever happens in our life, other people are not responsible. You have to first look at your own chart, your dasha. So and yes, the way I mentioned, fortune will fluctuate a lot. But if the, like for example, if you are a Gemini rising, so in your case, your 8th lord and the 9th lord is the same planet, Saturn. And if Saturn is being placed over there, so that in itself means that you will be in complete control and command over your fortune. So through your determination, through your hard work, you can turn around your life. Like generally people who are born with very humble background and with their persistent hard work, they end up achieving many things, not only changing their fortune, but the fortune of their whole family as well. So 8th house is the house of the transformation, 9th house is your bhagya. So that means if they are working in cahoots, they're complementing each other. So there's nothing which the native cannot achieve. But if 8th house is bringing down the positivity of the 9th house, then it will become a problem. Now friends, if your 8th lord is placed in the 10th house, so friends, one thing is for sure that your line of work will involve lot of the research. In your workplace or in your professional endeavors, it will be filled with lot of the fluctuation. And let's say for example, if you are in a line of work where is lot of the corruption is involved, lot of the bribery and unaccounted money is involved, then you have to be very careful. You might see other people being safe, but just because you walk around with such a sensitive alignment, so your chart and your planets might not be able to save you. And that generally happens when any bad dasha comes. And Saturn, the chief significator of the punishment, if Saturn is also that time transiting from the 12th house and all, so that is the time generally when people get entangled into any corruption or any investigation and all. So if the 8th lord is in the 10th house, one thing is for sure that you will be very researchful, you might be an expert, and you will have that kind of psychic faculties like which you will use to make the right moves in your career. But again, the concern is that only if your acts are clean, it will reward you. Now friends, if your 8th lord is going to be placed in the 11th house. So friends, because 11th house is the house of the desires, we generally say this thing that desire is one thing which never gets fulfilled. It's just like that you're doing a havan, and if you keep on putting more like clarified butter like ghee in it, so how can you expect it to be satisfied? It will keep on burning more. So with this kind of alignment, the kind of desires native has, how healthy, how wholesome it is, doing a analysis of that becomes very important, because generally this can also tell about native who has many kind of affairs, and like because of his vices or unhealthy habits, it becomes the reason of the fall of the person. So this is how it has been written. And again, there is a lot of the manipulation which you might have to face on the account of your relationship with your elder siblings or your relationship with the friends as well. So only if you will keep your acts very clean. And let's say for example, if 8th lord being placed over here, it is like strengthened. So this could be a case that let's take up the case of like Taurus rising. So in the Taurus rising's case, if you have Jupiter being the 8th lord, and if it is placed in the 11th house, although Jupiter is not a good planet for you, but still it will give you income. And generally people who have many passive income and they are in the like they do a lot of the investment, and because of some of the like good investments made by them, insurance money and all, they make good money. So a lot of the money which stays in the circulation, so that could be responsible for that. But only kind of mool mantra for you is keep your acts very clean. And friends, if your 8th lord is placed in the 12th house, so friends, whenever one of the Dushtana house lord goes to another Dushtana bhav, it is generally considered as good. And the beauty of this combination is that 12th house is very hidden and it is away from us. So that also tells about that even if the 8th house has to create some sort of problem or misfortune, so it will not bother you. So this also tells about the divine protection. This also tells about the ancestral protection. Like if you were to book your reading with me and if you are actually going through the 8th lord's dasha, I would say that do some charity, do some donation, and based on the nature of the planet, you can even flow things in the water of the element and the articles connected with that planet to get rid of any of the problem which could have otherwise been created by the 8th lord. Along with that, friends, this can also give you many opportunities from behind the scene. So rather than being on the front, being behind the scene, like for example, if the overall chart is indicating success in the entertainment business, so I would say that rather than becoming an actor, focus more on the direction, in the strategy, in the planning part, because you will be very good in that. When we talk about anything connected with healing, and again friends, with this combination here, I'm not talking about being an astrologer and doing the mathematical calculation part. Here I'm talking about becoming a Reiki healer. Here I'm talking about becoming a therapist and all. So this could be a good combination. And generally we say that native might have very powerful connections and native have many, like a lot of the money being hidden, which he does not reveal. So that also can be foreseen with this kind of combination, and some sort of big fortune and turnaround of the life can happen if you will relocate or move to the foreign lands. That is also the way it has been written. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram. Dhanyavad.